Hi, Lauren. It's really nice that you can spend a bit of time with us today. Can you just introduce yourself and tell us a bit about what you do at BBO?
I'm a software engineer. I'm working on the back end of BBO. So users maybe they won't see what I'm doing, but it's in the back end. So I don't work on the front end at all. So this I work on BBO server mostly, and I work on the robots and some other maintenance projects as well.
Okay, and so what's a good way to describe the back end to people like me who don't really have any idea?
The backend is like a bunch of computers which keep track of everything what is happening on BBO behind the scenes. Like who is at what table, what are they playing, whose turn it is, if it's a tournament, like what's the score, who has chatted to whom, what are the results, has anyone received mail, are there news coming up, and things like that, sitting down at a table, watching vugraph, streaming vugraph, all that. So there is like think of it in a non-technical term, like think of it like keeping an account of everything, what's going on and what needs to happen in the next second.
Thanks, Lauren. Can you tell us a bit more about Ben?
On BBO, you can play with the people, but also you can play with robots. So these are some computer programs which are programmed to play bridge. So Ben is one of them. So there are we have other robots as well, like Gib, Arjun, and I have started working on Ben several years ago when it wasn't even called Ben. I just started to mess around with some like I liked bridge and I was playing with robots a lot because I didn't have time to play with people. So I played with robots. So I started slowly to develop a new robot, and yeah, I called it Ben. It's a short for Bridge Engine. Yeah, and then I shared it online, made it open source. Now I'm lucky that I can work at BBO and continue developing it and other robots as well. So I'm working on not only on Ben but also on Git, a little bit on Argin as well.
Ah, so Ben's open source. What's the feedback been like from the community?
There was a lot of positive responses. People wrote to me, they wanted to chat, they were curious. It was really positive. I think the community was so positive because it was the first open source robot. So there are many robots, very good robots, but they are not open source. So you cannot really know how they work, and it's hard to change them. And usually they are commercial as well. So this is completely free. You can use it. So I talked to many people. One of them was Uday, CTO of BBO, and yeah, we were interested to do some projects together and so on. And a few months later, I asked him if I can join the team, and fortunately, it was possible. So I'm here now. Yeah.
So, what makes Ben different than other bridge robots?
So quite some big differences. So I want to say that the other robots, they are similar to each other, and Ben is not very similar to the other robots. Thing they have in common is that they play bridge, but it's Ben is actually more similar to the algorithm which guesses what movie you will watch next on Netflix. So it's built with machine learning, and there are some models there which predict what you should bid and what you should play. Biggest differences are that there are no rules written. So usually robots work like this, that there is a lot of rules written down, like if you have this, you should do that, and so on. So it can be tens of thousands of rules and more. Um, yeah, but Ben doesn't have that. So it's very short, like 2,000 lines of code. So other robot is maybe 50,000 lines of 10,000 lines of code. So it's really small and it's easy to experiment with. Change a bit this, change a bit that. Other difference is that bridge AI robots, they are programmed to do what they do. but Ben is trained to do what others have done. So you feed it lots of boards, and then it kind of tries to learn it learns to behave like those people who played those boards. So when I started out, I didn't have a lot of data about people, so I fed it boards which were played by other robots. But now at BBO we have lot of data about what users, how the users play like humans, and we feed this data to Ben, and the results are really interesting. The style of play is more human-like. It's more like natural seeming. Of course, also human mistakes are inside. I think that maybe by the time this comes out, Ben will be available on the BBO, so the users will be able to try it out and see. The bidding style is different. The card play is different. Feels more human like, and in card play there's no double dummy analysis going on at all. So we've been able to toss this part, which was making robots a bit artificial, like in their style of play, and also it's expensive to run. So this is double dummy analysis is the most expensive part in robot algorithms. And in Ben, we are able to play at a quite good level, similar to the other robots, but without having to do this double dummy analysis at all.
Is Ben in any way similar to ChatGPT?
So nowadays, like the big rage is this chatbots, ChatGPT and similar. So they are kind of the way they work is kind of they predict what words are coming next. So they start the sentence and then what words should follow. And what Ben does is that you give it like the sequence. So these beats happened until now, and this is your hand, and what's your next beat? And similarly with the play. So this was the bidding. These are the sequence of cards that were played until now, and this is your hand, and now what do you do now? And yeah, and usually it makes a sensible play or bid. Sometimes, sometimes not. Yeah.
So have you learnt anything from Ben at all?
Especially in the bidding, I learned a lot from it because the bidding is pretty good. In the play, I still able to see some mistakes, so I'm still working on improving the play even more. Although the play is not bad level, but it can be improved. I think the existing boats are slightly better than Ben during card play still. Um, but in the bidding, I'm learning a lot. Like I'm seeing, usually, when I play bridge, I'm bidding quite conservatively. I'm careful. I pass a lot, but not the robot, not Ben. So it's very aggressive, and I see that's working out very well often. So I'm shifting towards more competitive, more aggressive bidding style myself now, influenced by by Ben. Yeah.
And besides the AI, what else are you working on at the moment?
I'm now what I've been most busy with in the past weeks or so is vugraph. So vugraph is very good, very popular feature. You can watch games from world championships and so on. Can be streamed. So I'm sure users are very familiar with vugraph. But the vugraph operators, they still need to use those really old BBO programs which run on Windows. I don't know if anyone remembers that. So for new users who started using BBO only recently, like there long time ago, BBO was installed on Windows computers, and vugraph operators still need to use those old programs, and we still need to maintain them and so on. So now, like everything runs like on apps, mobile apps, and in the browser. And we want to deprecate the old BBO programs and let the BBO operators use more modern, more nicer software. So I was working on helping to port this and also add some interesting new features to vugraph.
So, how's your work going to help players?
So most of my work will the users, they don't see a change at on BBO. Maybe they will notice that the service becomes more stable, or there are fewer crashes and things like that. And I hope that they will notice over time that robots start to play better and a bit better. This I hope. So yeah, so these are also my plans to slowly start to make the robots better, and to give more variety of choice of robots. So long time BBO had only one robot, and if you were upset with this robot, like you were stuck with this robot. So now we want to make like several ones. So when you get mad at one of the robots, you play a while with the other one, see that the other one is also like may have some mistake, and you switch back to the first one. But I hope that all in all the robots will become better in the future.
So, before we finish off, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
So, like with my work at BBO, I want to make BBO better and robots better and BBO in general, like to make the software better. I am playing on BBO for more than 20 years now, and I was playing online before BBO existed. But since BBO like BBO was created, I was always playing, and I'm very like one of big fans for BBO. And I see I have my own frustrations sometimes. Something is too slow. Sometimes robot doesn't bid well. So I want to slowly fix all this. And so this is my, maybe let's say, not really glamorous, like fixing the mistakes, making it better. And then I also would like to contribute to making it more fun, more variety, more games, more different games. Like even Bridge is very excited if you play it every day. Sometimes you are bored playing the same tournaments. So to introduce some new exciting stuff would be pretty cool.
This all sounds really exciting. Thanks very much, Lauren, for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thank you.